Hey guys, if this is your first time viewing my channel, my name is Cynthia and welcome. This channel is about two things that I love, and that's growing plants and growing in the Word of God. Now today is Saturday, and Fridays or Saturdays, according to what's going on in my life, is my watering day or my plant care day. And that's the day that I go around obviously and see what needs to be watered, and see what plants need a little bit of extra attention, maybe needing to be repotted, or I have quite a few yellow leaves, so I need to figure out what's going on. And so I decided today to bring you along with me. Now, of course, I'm not going to film my entire plant care, because this video would be probably about 2 to 3 hours long. So I'm gonna turn on the, I wanted to say camera, but I don't have a camera, so it's my phone. But I'm gonna film parts of me caring for my plants today. And I would say that it takes longer than, I take longer than necessary, because I like to enjoy my plant care day. It's my time to relax, and so I have this little TV in the background here, and so I will watch other YouTubers while I'm caring for my plants. And it's my time to decompress, so I'm usually not in a rush to do it. So but I am going to be repotting. I'm looking right now in my Mills Bowl tall cabinet. I have to repot quite a few plants because they have outgrown their current containers. And you know what? That's a good problem to have. And so I will be filming that. I also have a couple of new plants in my collection. I'm looking around that I don't think you have seen, and so I will be introducing them to you. And I do have a few plants that are not doing very well, and we will talk about those as well. So I hope you enjoy this video. So you guys, the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to mix some more soil, because I am almost out, and I definitely have quite a few plants to repot. So where is that bag? I'm missing something, because I wanted to show you everything that I use. So give me a minute, because I thought I had everything I needed in this area, but now I realize I don't. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I think I have everything that I need this time. So I'm not very, I'm a novice, like I always say about, plants, caring for plants and collecting plants, but I've been kind of imitating what I've been seeing others do. So I always start with, a base for my soil mixture, and this is Fox Farms. It's just the potting soil at my local nursery, and they said that it's good, and so it's not that expensive. And so this is my base, and then, and I hope I have some scissors. Oh yeah, I do. And then I add some perlite, and I add charcoal, and finally what you call bark, wood bark is the proper terminology. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this because it has water in it, so hopefully you can see that. because it comes in a clunk, like a big square clunk, and you have to put it in water, and then it expands, and then you can mix it in. So I'm going to start. I'm in my plant room. I love filming in my plant room because it's, you know, relaxing in here, and I don't have to worry about disturbing my daughter if she has friends or whatever over, or if she's watching TV in the main area. But it is a little small in here, so bear with me. So I'm gonna first start with opening up the soil and putting quite a bit into this container that I use to keep my soil in. Okay, so, and I'm trying not to make a mess because I don't want to have to clean it up. Okay. Okay, I think that might be enough. And then I am going to add, can you guys see? I think you can see. Maybe if I do it this way, let me turn this over. What I really don't want to happen is for this container to fall, and then I have to clean up all of this dirt. So I'm trying to see if there's a better way to put the camera. I don't think it is. And then I'm gonna add some perlite, which is always kind of dusty. And I just kind of eyeball it, you guys. Put a little bit of charcoal. Now, is this mixture helping my plants? I really can't say. I hope it is. And so then I'm going to mix this together. And then I still have to add the bark lastly to the mixture. And I always don't know how much charcoal to use. I just, you know, eyeball it. Perlite is kind of easy because it's white, and you can kind of see how it's, you know, evenly mixed in the soil. So I'll show you in a minute. Now I'm going to put a little bit of this bark in here. Not making a mess. I was supposed to pour the water out, but I'm just too lazy to get up and do that now. But actually I could pour it in there, but I'll do it later. So this is how the bark looks. Let me see if I can show you without making a mess. This is how it looks. See? It comes in a big clunk, and this is how it looks after you put it in water. So I put a couple of handful, I would say for this batch, I'm gonna put like, I'm looking, I think three to four. Four. And then I'm gonna mix it all together. And this is what I'm gonna use for my soil today. So yeah, so I'm gonna be, I know for sure I have to repot my Philodendron Bromax because the roots, I will show you, are growing out of the bottom of the nursery pot. And I'm also going to repot my Peperonia gabella, I think it's called. And I think if I'm not mistaken, my philodendron, is that a philodendron? I think it is. Silver Ann, I think it needs to be repotted as well. So I know those three have been, you know, I've been watering for the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, you know, I really need to get to repotting. And you know what? I think starting next week, I'm going to start. I always keep a roll of paper towels in my paper towel in my plant room, which is great because I need it right now. I think next week I'm going to start fertilizing my plants. So this is how it looks, all mixed in together. And I am going to get the well, actually I'm just gonna take out the is it 4 plants that need repotting in my Mills Bowl Tall, but I'm going to take out the plants that need repotting in my Mills Bowl Tall, and then I'll be back. Okay guys, before I start repotting, I wanted to show you how I water quite a few of my plants, and so I'm going to put the camera down. I keep saying camera, but this is a phone. Down. So this is just an old roasting pan. I have it filled halfway with water, and my Sarah Piggy or Woodeye, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll put it on the screen, but maybe you can see it right there. I know I am very bad at knowing how much water these type of plants need, so I just sit them in this little pan, and when I can tell that it has enough water because it starts getting moist on the top. I've been doing this since I had this plant, and look, it's really growing, so I think it likes it. I also do this with my a Hoya Waieti tricolor. I just stick it in there, and I make sure I try my best, like if there's a part that's hanging, I make sure that I have it hanging on the outside of this boiler pan or whatever you want to call it, so that it doesn't get in the water. I also do that with my baby tears, my Palea baby tears. I stick it in there as well. And see, so since this is growing this way, I try to put it on the end so that the leaves don't hit the water if possible. So yeah. And then I also do this with my crocodile fern, which is doing very well. So I'm going to go ahead and move these plants off camera, let them soak while I am watering the rest of my plants. I also want to show you the second way that I water some of my plants, but let me move this out of the way. I'm trying to look to see if there's anything else I water this way. I think this is it. Yeah, so let me move this out of the way, and then I will show you another way that I water some of my plants. Okay guys, so we're inside my Mills Bowl Tall, and here are some of my Hoyas, my string of hearts, another Hoya, my Hoya Crimson Queen, another string of hearts, because that one up there, this one is the variegated one, this is the regular one, and I don't even remember what this is called, but I will put it on the screen. So the way I water these little, I call them starter plants, is I use my squirt bottle here, not squirt bottle, but my little mini sprayer. I'm trying to do this with one hand. So as you can see, I actually think that I purchased this and filmed it one day when I was in like Home Depot shopping for plants. And so what I do is, because each one of these plants has a little drip plant pan. It's see-through, but that is a drip pan on all of them. We're not going to talk about my string of turtles. It died. I think it died anyway. I'm still holding out hope, but for some reason it dried out in the middle of the week, and I usually don't check my plants in the middle of the week, and it just got so dry, and I'm not quite sure how that happened. Everything else in the cabinet was just fine, but you know, it happens. So I'm gonna see if it comes back. If it's not, I'm gonna buy another one, because I really love that string of turtles, and it was a starter plant. I think it was like $5.99. So if it doesn't come back, I will get another one. But anyway, so this is what I do. I take my little sprayer, hopefully you can see this, and I am just spraying water on the bottom so that they can be bottom watered. I think you can see this one better. And it drinks up the water, and this has been working really, really well for my starter plants, because I've tried just watering them outright, not these, but other times, and I've killed them. And so far so good. And like I said, when they you have to keep doing this to get more water. Like I said, when it has enough water, the top portion of the soil, when you touch it or put your hand in just a little bit, it will be nice and moist. And then if it's not moist and all the water is gone, then I do it again. I add more water. I only have to do it once or twice. And then if it's moist and there's any water left, I pour it out. Obviously, I don't let it sit in that water. So I do that for that plant, those plants, and I also do it for this one here. And for this one, I think there is a few it's running out of, doesn't have enough pressure to make the water. So yeah, and they just get their fill. And let me give you a up close look. So as you can, hopefully you can see. Well, I can actually lift this one, because this one is a glass container. So can you see the water on the bottom? And yeah, and it will drink that. And they are doing well that way. So that's how I water those plants. Let's see if I can get around, because like I said, this is a very small area. I'm looking in my Mills bowl wide, and there are some plants that I do that too in here as well. All of these ones on the top, I think it's called the City, and then that Hoya there, and my Syngonium and my 2 begonias, they get bottom watered as well. So yeah, so that's the second way I water. And obviously the other way I water is actually like, you know, everyone else does, just water it from the top. All right, you guys, so I'll be back. Okay guys, so while those, I call them like starter plants, are soaking up the water, we are going to start repotting. And the first one is, I think this Peperonia. Actually, no. This one, I don't know why I thought it is not, roots are not coming out the bottom, so I am definitely not going to bother that. But can we just appreciate the fact that this peperonia number 1 has not died, amazing within itself, and it is just growing, and I have to continue to move things around in my cabinet because it's just getting out of hand. But that's a good problem to have. But I thought it needed repotting. It does not. So it must have been my Burl Max. So let's look at that. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, look at that, you guys. Look at all of the roots. So this Burl Max is doing really good. As far as the variegation goes, it's not a highly variegated plant, you know, because a lot of the leaves that came in the last couple of weeks have been mostly yellow. There's a little bit of green that here and there. This one that just opened, you can tell right here, it has a little bit of variegation, but it has quite a few leaves that are coming in, so we'll see. But it definitely needs to be repotted. And so I'm gonna take it from this type of this size to, and this doesn't look like it's much bigger, is it? It's a little bigger. It's a little bigger. So I think I'm gonna, you know, do that, and we'll see if that will work. And I don't want to make a mess, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this little wooden box here, whatever you want to call it. This is what they give you at most nurseries when you buy plants to, you know, to get them home. So I'm going to use this to try to contain the dirt so that I don't have a lot of cleaning to do when I'm done. Believe it or not, you guys, this is just so relaxing. I was just so glad that today, well, I did have a few things to do. First of all, I got to sleep in, which is great, even though sleeping in has changed, because generally, you know, when I was younger, I would consider sleeping in 10 or 11 o'clock. But now, listen, if I can sleep into 8:30, that's something, because I just pop up and I'm just wide awake. And so that's about what time I got up this morning. And then I needed to, you know, tomorrow's Easter. He has risen. And yes, you know, some people say, well, you don't know, you know, actually what day. We don't. We do. I mean, I know I don't. But the fact of the matter is he rose, okay? And so tomorrow is the day that we're going to celebrate that he rose from the dead. And so, yeah, and so tomorrow, because it's Easter, I have quite a few things that I need to do at church, and so I have to get up early, and so I needed to go purchase some things from the grocery store for a little continental breakfast that we're having tomorrow at church. So I went and got that done, and then I had to stop by the nursery because I needed to pick up some more soil. So now that I'm home, oh, and I am in the process of doing a little bit of cooking downstairs as well, because of course my kids expect me to cook for Easter, and my daughter eats like a little mouse, but I have 4 adult boys, 31, 27, 25, and 23, and they eat a lot. So I'm also doing that. So yeah, but this is the most relaxing part of my day thus far. Just, you know, just getting to do plant care. But like I said, the only time this is a chore for me is when I'm not feeling well. Like I did go, the last video that I posted, you saw that I went to Vegas, and I think it was like 70 degrees there, and we spent time just walking the strip. eating everything we could see. Yeah, we did a lot of eating, and my allergies just started. And that first night we were there, because we left on a Wednesday, me and my girlfriend, and so we got there Wednesday night, and by Thursday I started feeling my allergies coming on, and then I had to go purchase some Benadryl, and it just got worse and worse. And but now that I'm back home, it's fine. But I said all that to say that we flew out Wednesday, and we got back home Saturday afternoon, and of course that was watering day, and I was feeling so crappy that I actually didn't water my plants Saturday. I didn't water them until Sunday after I got home from church, because I just was feeling so bad. And so that's the only time that caring for my plants is a chore, when I'm not feeling well. So yeah, I'm the type of person, when I repot, I don't mess with the roots a lot. I know some people like do and some people don't. I just feel like I should leave good enough alone, and so I am not gonna mess with them. I'm still wondering if this pot is gonna be big enough, and I'm trying to think if I have a bigger one, and I don't think I do. So let's see. Of course, I put a little bit of dirt in the bottom. I just don't, you guys, this is not gonna work. So I have to find a bigger size pot for this plant. So give me a minute. I'm gonna go dig in my pot stash and see if I can come up with a bigger pot for this plant. And I wonder if that's going to be the same thing for the other ones that I need to repot. So I'll be back. Okay guys, so what I came up with is this nursery pot, and then I'm going to use this as a cover pot, and let's see if this works. It is a little bigger than that one, so let's see. I didn't realize this plant was going to need such a big pot. And I'm wondering if this is, I mean, it's okay, but I feel like I'm going to be repotting this again very soon. But I don't know if I should size up again. Oh, choices, because look. Oh, and you know what? My phone is about to die. But let me put it back on the charger. Hold on, you guys. Okay, there we go. It's on the charger now. So I do have a bigger pot, but the thing about it is it's one of these pots that has the slits in it, and they dry out so quickly. But I may have to use them. And I'm actually looking at them right here. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, and you guys, you like my shirt? It says, I'm not perfect, but I'm original. Yeah, I got that at, I think it was Burlington. So this is what I'm talking about. I could use this pot, this nursery pot right here, but it has the slits in it, and it just makes it hard. You know, in the summertime, you're going to probably have to water it more. Now, let me show you what I was using this pot for. I was using it initially to make it, add height to my cabinet. So this plant right here was sitting up higher than some of the other plants, and so that's why I had it like this. And then I had a little bit of sticky tape to stick the what do you call this, drip little saucer, so that it didn't just slide around. So yeah, but I think I may have to use this one, and I wonder, will it fit in here? It will not. But I think I'm going to have to use this. And I'm just probably going to have to water. I'm just going to have to really be mindful because the lady in the nursery said that these type of pots require you to water more often. And when I went today, they didn't have these in this size. And I thought that this was going to be enough, but it's not. So, well, we just have to do what we have to do. So I'm just going to put a little bit of dirt, soil, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to put, and I know this will be big enough. I think it will be happy in here. Yeah, I really, really hate these little slits, but it is what it is. So, now let me find my, try not to make a mess. Okay, let's see. So yeah, but this plant has been doing really good, you guys. It's growing. It's just that I would prefer that it would be a little bit more, I would prefer a little bit more variegation on the leaves, but it is what, you know, still a nice plant. So, and it has not, it's been growing for me, and it hasn't really been causing me any trouble. So, and then, like I said, next week, I think I will start fertilizing all of my plants, because I noticed today when I was looking in my backyard, and that's a whole nother story, you guys, we'll talk about that in a minute, that my grass is growing. You know, it's been dormant. It's now growing, so it is time to pull out the lawnmower and the weed eater and all of that good stuff. So this is how we're looking. What is this? Is this a root? I don't know. I don't know what those things are. If anybody knows, is this like a root? I noticed that they are in different areas on this plant. I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna just stick it in the soil, right? I don't know what it is. If I can get it in there. I shouldn't have pulled it out. Because I don't want to have to take this plant completely out just to get this back in the soil. Okay. There we go. I don't know what that is. Okay. So, you guys, it is, you know what, that is really bothering me. I think I'm gonna have to take this completely out so that I can make sure that that root is back in the soil. I think that's what it is. Is that a root? You guys, in the comment section, please tell me if what these are. Are these roots? Because, I mean, here are the roots, but this looks way thicker than the rest of the roots. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to be in the soil or not. But I'm gonna put it back because that's where it was. And if you guys tell me, no, it's not supposed to be in the soil, then I guess I can come back and take it out later. So let's, all right. So about outside, I think I'll do a video on it. So money is you know, how they say my money, the money is funny. I won't say that my money is funny. It's just that I have a young lady that is graduating this year, and getting ready to go to college, and so I have had to, you know, really pay attention to what I spend my money on. And so I you know, I have that video on me starting to do my backyard. And so I was thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot afford to just buy flowers, you know, that are already mature to put in the backyard. So, you know, my friend gave me a good idea. She's like, get some seeds. So I did purchase a bunch of seeds, vegetable seeds, as well as flower seeds, perennials for the flowers. And so I have a bunch of pots, decorated pots. And so instead of, you know, having to buy the topsoil, you know, to make the flower bed and all of that, I'm just going to use different pots and put them in the areas that I've already cleaned out for this year and let them grow that way. And the seeds are little to nothing. And so I will do a video on that. And so that's what I am going to do for this year to save money. Now, I have to figure out, do I have a cover pot? I do. So I have a cover pot for this young lady. And so, yeah, philodendron burl is repotted. And yeah, we'll see how she does with those slits. So I think the next one that I'm going to be repotting is, no, I thought this one needed to be repotted, but no. There was another plant that I was looking at and saying, oh my God. So maybe it's my Silvery Ann. Let's see. It was. So look, you guys, look at that. Look at all those roots. So she needs to be repotted. And I guess I'm gonna have to put her in one of those pots that I don't like with the slits as well, because I'm assuming that this is gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna have the same problem. So I'm going to go ahead and get another one of those, and I'm gonna repot her. So I'll be right back again. Okay guys, so here it is, and we're gonna take her out and try not to lose any roots. Yay, I didn't lose any roots. And okay, trying to make sure that I don't make a mess. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of soil in the bottom. And then I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the other plant. I'm definitely not going to be messing with her roots. She's doing well, and I don't see any need to do that. And then I'm just gonna, I guess they call it backfill in here. And then I'm gonna give these a good watering. Yeah. And as I'm watering, if I find something else that needs to be repotted for today, I will share that with you. All right. So you guys, in the comment section, tell me, are you guys planning to have a outdoor garden? And if so, what are you planning on growing? Or do you already have an established garden? So I can't really do what I want to do with it this year, and I may not be able to do what I want to do with it next year either, because my daughter has quite a bit of college. She wants to be like her mom, and so she has 4 years, you know, she has to get a bachelor's degree, and then if she doesn't change her mind, which is fine if she does, I want her to do what she wants to do, and you know, I want her to be happy with whatever her career is. But I don't think I've ever said on this channel what I do, but I am a judge, and so she wants to go to law school, and so that's, you know, 4 years bachelor's, and then another 3 years to get your law degree, and then of course she has to pass the bar. So that's 7 years, and so you know how we parents are. We put everything on the back burner for our kids. My mom definitely did it for me, and so I'm gonna do it for my daughter. And so I think she's decided what college she wants to go to. We are gonna go and visit the school this summer, and yeah, it's bittersweet. I can't believe that I will be an empty nester, you guys. She's the baby, and so yeah, she graduates in June. Beautiful young lady. I know she'll do well, and I'm excited for her to start her life, you know. I am a little nervous about her not, you know, being home, but I think any parent would be. But she has a good head on her shoulders, and I believe she will be okay. So yeah, you guys, so this is the Savory Inn. It looks really good. I really, really wish they had the other size pots, but I hope it's okay. Put a little bit more soil. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to give them a good watering. And oh, I need another cover pot. Do I have another, not cover pot, but another drip pan? Oh, I don't know if I have one that size. I'm pretty sure I can find one, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to check the plants that I put in that what do you call it, roasting pan with the water, to see if they have absorbed enough water. I'm gonna also check the other plants that I'm bottom watering, and then I'm going to water these and keep on watering, and I'll come on here and there just to show you what's going on. So I hope you are enjoying this video thus far, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, it may have been, well, I said I'll be right back. It's been a while because I was repositioning some plants in my Mills Bowl tall and checking on whether the plants that I was bottom watering were ready to be put back. Some of them were, some of them are not. And so, but I'm still in my Mills Bowl tall. Like I said, I'm not going to show you everything I'm going to do today because this video will be too long. And I do have quite a few plants now that I'm looking around that I want to share with you that are new, but I think I'm going to do that in another video as well. But for right now, I had this begonia here. If you guys remember, it used to be downstairs and it was dying really bad. It was declining really bad is what I should say. And so I moved it up here. It was doing well. It was in this particular nursery pot here, and I felt like I should reduce it because look at the root system, the root ball. And so I'm gonna put it in one of these especially since what I initially was going to use for these pots are they were just too big. So I'm going to downsize this one, because I don't know about you guys, but what I have found for me is having my plants in too big of a pot is a sure way of me killing them. Because I think the problem is I am a chronic overwaterer. I don't know if I'm a chronic overwaterer or not, but if you would have asked me the question, am I an overwaterer or an underwaterer, I would definitely say I'm an overwaterer. Except for that poor, what do you call it, string of turtles, which I just don't know how that dried out like that. But anyway, generally that is not what happens with my plants. And so when you have them, or when I have them in a pot that's too big, and I happen to overwater them, you know, that's just a recipe for disaster. So I am just downsizing this begonia, which is still doing really well, because like I said, it was just dying and crisping off, and since I've had it in my cabinet, it's been just sprouting up new leaves, and it is doing well, and I just think it will continue to do well. Now I'm gonna have to try to find I need to go purchase some more cover pots, but I think what I'm going to do to save money, well, it's according to how much they are. Some of my plants are in these little like glass bowls that I get from the thrift store, because sometimes they're reasonable, you know, 50 cents, 75 cents, and I use them as a cover pot. So I'll have to see, but do I have one for this? I found one. So that's going to be for that. And if you guys remember my arbifolia, Calathea arbifolia, is that how you pronounce that? This plant right here, I really want to give up on it, because what happens is it grows a leaf and then it browns and it crisps off. So I'm going to also reduce the size of the pot for this one. And I think this is it. If this doesn't work, I think I'm gonna just call it a day with saying that this is not the plant for me. And you know what? I am a sucker for punishment, because I keep buying Calatheas, knowing good and well. I was talking to the lady in the nursery that I went to, and she was like, and she obviously knows plants, you know, because she's one of the ones that cares for the plants in the nursery. And every time I go in there and I have a question for her, she's very knowledgeable about, you know, plants. So she's not a novice. And she says she doesn't allow Calatheas in her home. So she says she's just had it. And I'm like, why do I keep, you know, punishing myself, getting Calatheas, and they, I guess I'll do a video on that. They're not doing that well. So here's this little thing but I said, and the reason why it was in such a big pot, because it used to be a plant that could withstand that, but it's died back so much that I'm like, well, maybe if I just downsize the pot, and it will maybe help the plant. I don't know. I'm trying to get the tag off, and I have to find another. Will this work? It's gonna have to work until I can find a cover pot. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll do that for this one too, because it's a little cuter. Just stick them in there and do the same. Do I have another one of those pots? I don't think so. If I do, I'll add that one too. I don't think I have another one. So yeah, so that's another thing I did. I downsized some plants because I feel like they were in too big of a pot. And so I am going to water them. And I'm checking on this Hoya tricolor, it still is not, it's still not moist on the top, and neither is this Palea. So I will leave them in there until they get ready to go. And then I'm going to move on to watering my, I'm going to do this off camera. I keep saying off camera, but you guys know I have a phone. I'm going to do my watering of my Millspo wide and the rest of these plants back here. I think I'm going to do that off camera. And then I'm also, look for a video later on this week about the new plants that I've recently got in the last 30 days. Yeah, and so I want to share those with you. But this will be the end of this video unless I find something else that I need to repot in here. I feel like there was something else that needed to be repotted, but as I'm watering, you know, I lift up the nursery pot because most of my plants are in a cover pot, and so I'll just lift them up and see if anything else needs to be watered. Oh, I took this out. This will be it for you, for this video. You remember this, you guys? That white fusion that I told you was doing so well? Well, I lied, because again, it just, I have a fan blowing. This is why it's shaking like that. But this is, you know, it comes in green and then it just browns and starts crisping like crazy. So I don't know. So I decided I was going to downsize that one as well. So let's do that now, and then I think I'll call it quits for this video, because maybe it being in a smaller pot will assist it. It definitely can't hurt it. And I water the Calatheas now. I do my best to water them with distilled water. And because I'm only using it for my Calathea, it's not really pricey, because the water that I get is from my local grocery store. It's like $3.99 for a big, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I think I got that from Safeway, and it's really a big bottle, and it lasts forever because I'm only using it for my Calatheas. And to be honest, so far, I haven't seen any difference, but maybe it's going to take a while. They're still browning. I've done everything I know to do. You know, I brought them in here with, there's a lot of humidity. I am using distilled water now. Like, look at this. Look at this, you guys. This was supposed to be a new leaf. It's completely gone. Just going to pluck it off. Look, it is dead. I just think that, and look at this one. This newest leaf, look how it's browning on the tip. Can you see? And so they come in so pretty and vibrant, you guys. But the lady at the nursery was telling me that they just, you know, she has problems with them as well, and that's why she doesn't allow them in her home. And so I know some people can just grow Calatheas, you know, really nice and beautiful, but it's just not not my story. So I now in my collection have this, if you want to call it a white fusion, this Arbifolia. I have behind me a Calathea medallion, I think it is, doing horribly. And then I have a Calathea over here that I just recently bought that I will be sharing with you in the next video. It's doing well, but I just got it. I literally have had it for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll see. But oh, I forgot. I have my Calathea burl. I don't have any problems with that Calathea. It's doing well. I'll show it to you since it's right here. And then my Calathea, it's not a peacock. And I always want to call it a peacock, but it's not. But I will try to remember the name. So let's see if I can show you these Calatheas. These are the only ones. I feel like the green ones, I call them like primarily green ones, do very well. This is my Calathea burrow. I've had it for a while. It was in my first ever video that I did last summer, my houseplant tour, which was my first video. And it's doing quite well. It has a little bit of browning. I'm starting to water this with distilled water only too. So that one's doing okay. This is my Calathea Lord have mercy, rubiforbia. Rubiforbia? Calathea rubiforbia, right? It's doing well. Do you see what I mean? Like when it doesn't have any color to it, I seem to have no problem with them. And then, let me see if I can get this one without dropping something. And I don't remember the name of it, you guys, but I'll put it on the screen. But this Calathea here, it's not a peacock because my peacock died. It looks similar to the peacock, but believe me, it's not a peacock. It's doing well, but look, mostly green. But if it's a Calathea that has any color at all to it, I don't do well. So yeah, you guys, I don't know what that's about. Do I have it? And I think that's all of the Calatheas because I had quite a few more, but they all are gone. So yeah, but if you guys have any tips or tricks on how I can keep my Calatheas happy in general, and especially the ones with color, like the Calathea medallion. I just bought one. I don't know what it's called. I hope that the name is on the plant, but it's purple and green. It's really pretty. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep it because, like I said, they just don't seem to do well when they have coloring. So I'm gonna keep at it. You know, Calatheas and Peperonias, two plants that I love, but they don't love me back. But yeah, so you guys, I think that is going to be it. I'm going to continue to enjoy my Saturday, water all my plants, and get ready for Sunday tomorrow. And yeah, I look for a video this week about all of the newest plants that I have in my collection. And there was another video that I was going to be doing, and I don't remember what it is. I have ideas, and if I don't write it down, then I sometimes forget. But look for quite a few videos coming in the very near future. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you're having a great weekend, and until next time, be blessed.